John Kuvakas here. We're taking a look at some Brooklyns that have been out for a while. Brooklyns that might have flew a little bit under the radar. Maybe you considered it when it came out and for whatever reason passed on it. Maybe you even have one. And if you have one, I hope to be able to show you perhaps some of the details you might have overlooked on the one you already have. But today we're taking a look at the 1953 Ford Customline four-door sedan. 1953 was a mid-year. And all new cars in 1952, but 1953 was also the 50th anniversary for Ford. So they made a big deal out of it. They put a special commemorative 50th anniversary hub on all of the steering wheels that the cars produced that year. But the custom line that we're looking at today was a mid-range model, new for 1952, slotted just beneath the crest line, just above the main line. Not a lot of changes from 53. Revised grille, a little bit different than the 52 model. Extra trim on the rear quarter panels. The 53 Ford was available with a 238 cubic inch V8 that made 110 horsepower, pretty respectable for the day. But also came with a new 215 overhead valve six-cylinder engine, made 101 horsepower, which actually outperformed the previous eight-cylinder. So they had a little bit of a performance image going. They were excited about it. They actually had the Indianapolis pace car for the Indy 500 1953 was a Ford. So performance was okay, respectable for the day. 0 to 60, 15.5 seconds. Quarter mile, 20.2. Top speed, 85 miles per hour. Doesn't sound like a lot today, but they were just getting the interstate highway system built, and most of the long distance travel took place on back roads and long narrow highways. So it was pretty respectable for back then. And Brooklyn's given us a 143rd model. So it's the midline model. It's the four-door. I think they've chosen an excellent color. I call it seafoam green. They call it pale green. So whatever it is, it matches the seafoam green that we see in the auto color library pretty well. And the car is just, it looks fantastic. It is a typical mid-range family car from the early 50s from the United States. They've done a good job with the trim. There's, they've got that rear quarter panel spear that's to scale. The trim along the front is to scale. The Crestline nameplate, the Ford badging in the front, no color, but accurate. The grille, they got all the changes that they made in the 1953 grille. The turn signals incorporated just under the grille bars there. The chrome is bright and shiny. The rear taillights are well done, well represented. The interior, I can see most of it in there. It looks like they've got the seat textures done well. The steering wheel is an accurate 1953 Ford steering wheel. And the wheels and tires, again, Brooklyn's done a good job on this. Some of these cars came with chrome trim rings, but not all of them. The chrome trim rings were an option, and they're not represented on this car, so it's an accurate. The right walls are the right size. The finish is great. They nailed the color. It's just a nice little model. If you haven't looked at this before, it's worth looking at right now. I'll tell you something. It's a great white metal model, under $203 US, and just 151 pounds England. So I think it's a really great value. Again, I think it's worth a second consideration. It's a beautifully done model. It'd be something you'd be proud to have on your shelf. Hey, thanks for listening. I'll be back with you again soon.